Hi, I'm Courtney McQuade with Markets Group here at our inaugural institutional retreat in beautiful Park City, Utah. With me is Erol Sonderegger, Deputy CIO at the Minnesota State Board of Investments. Erol, it's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too.
So we're so happy to have you here at the event. What are some of the key trends that you're hearing, the hot topics?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's been a tremendous event. Really great to see everybody. It's a great mix of plan sponsors and asset managers. So it's been a really great opportunity to get together. I mean, the trends. There've been a lot of different topics. We've touched on almost every asset class here, which is amazing. But a number of the trends we've heard about that are pretty interesting to me, anyway, are sort of sustainability and focus on renewables and infrastructure, and the sort of convergence between sort of real estate, infrastructure, energy plays, all into sort of one thing. That's been interesting.
A lot of real assets.
A lot of real assets. Actually, a lot of talk. I'm a fixed income guy at heart, so it warms my heart to see a lot of talk about fixed income. Fixed income's a lot more popular nowadays with higher yields. So that's been interesting to hear people's take across the credit spectrum. So
Fantastic. And I know another topic people have been talking about is we have a big election coming up this fall. What are you and your team doing right now to position your portfolio in preparation for this?
Yeah, well, I think, as a plan sponsor, we like to think of our portfolio as sort of a battleship or an aircraft carrier that doesn't turn on a dime, right? And for good reason. You shouldn't, in our opinion, be making huge tactical moves based on, sort of near-term changes. But the bigger question is, the broader question is really real, which is how do you position your portfolio to be durable through political and market cycles? And so we're thinking a lot about portfolio resiliency and diversification. And I think one of the interesting things was, okay, of the two candidates, which one's likely to maybe be more inflationary versus the other? Are there fiscal implications, et cetera? And I think plan sponsors are probably thinking about how to make sure that their portfolios are really well positioned across a range of different outcomes given the uncertainty in the environment.
Absolutely. That makes sense. And one last question. What keeps you up at night?
Well, what keeps me up at night? I think it's we live in really kind of uncertain times. I guess maybe all generations say that, but it seems particularly uncertain today. So I think really just making sure that we do have a portfolio that is truly well diversified and without, you need to be offensive and take risk, but you also need to make sure that you need to take enough risk, but you also need to make sure you're not taking too much. So I think making sure we have that calibrated right is the thing that keeps me up at night.
I get that. And I mean, COVID was certainly a black swan event.
Sure.
Nobody could have predicted that.
Right, absolutely. I think, it's interesting, the U.S. economy has come out of it sort of stronger than ever. I think one of the hangovers, though, is the big fiscal imbalance. And I think so one of the things that keeps me up at night is just will that ultimately play out and how does that impact the value of the dollar and just inflation on an ongoing basis. So as a bond nerd, I kind of worry about those things.
Well, hopefully we'll see inflation get a little better soon.
We seem to be on the right path. Soft landing would be phenomenal for risk assets. It's been the prospect of that has been really good for risk assets this year. We hope that continues.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Erol, so much. It's great to see you from my home, my family home state, Minnesota. Thanks
right.
for joining.
Go Gophers.
Go Gophers.
All right, take care.
And we're live at our institutional retreat.